Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. We have Craig and Shaka here in the studio. We have Frank and Jan joining us as well to answer your questions. Thank you so much for sending them in.
Is he in the corner yet, Jan?
Crying.
In the corner of that room.
Poor Jan.
What about Craig saying that he doesn't really care about Scotland these days and then just went off and told us all about the whole qualifying campaign?
No, I was given some what's the word I'm looking for? Some praise to my former Chelsea teammate Steve Clarke, who's now and Frank's, who's done a great job with limited squad availability and talent level. So that's all. I mean, in terms of results, I've always been crystal clear. To me, it makes not a difference. It's the supporters it matters to that go and watch and pay the money and travel, not the likes of me. My days of trying to do stuff for Scotland are well and truly over.
Be a supporter, Craig.
Shut up! You're not there. You are not there.
Let him have his moment, Jan. Let him have his moment, Jan.
Listen, you're not there.
I was going to go valid out for Craig's.
Listen, you're not there. Go and get yourself a Kit Kat and a cup of tea.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm disappointed that Norway's not there and Scotland not there, and you're still sad, man.
There's a reason. I'm not sad. There's a reason they call me Mr. Impartiality.
Who calls it that?
Me. Mr. Objectivity. Objective. It's me.
I thought you'd have come in a tartan suit today, you know, skipped in, all happy.
God help us, he did come in a kilt.
Listen.
Just don't come in a kilt, whatever you do.
Okay. Scotland don't have to win for me to skip.
Nobody needs that.
Shaka will attest to this. Scotland don't need to win for me to skip in here all happy. Oh, I love the friendlies, international friendlies. I love them.
Go ahead, Frank.
Great.
I want to say something before we start the question.
Okay.
You know that maybe some viewers know that France just lost in rugby in quarterfinal of the Rugby World Cup in France against South Africa. And I just want to say that you know what I want to talk about it because Dan Thomas, because had France won against South Africa, they would have played against the almighty England of rugby. And Dan Thomas sent me a text, you know, almost insulting me because we lost.
Shut up.
You know,
I'm going to get
that's crazy. What does he want? Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset? Why are you so upset?
Because
why?
I'll tell you why I'm so upset. Because my wife's working.
No.
And I've spent my whole day avoiding the result of the France-South Africa rugby game, and I was going home after this show to watch it on Peacock.
Instead of yelling, you know, just put your two fingers in your ears while I talk. You know, it's easier.
I wasn't even looking forward to this
you
show
just do
today.
that and you don't listen to me.
I wasn't looking forward to the show. The one thing I was looking forward to doing today, the only thing, and I've only got eight beers left in the fridge. Only 8.
But you know, hey,
watch
Craig,
the rugby. That's all I'm going to do.
It was a great game. Craig, it was a great game to watch.
Freaking big. That's the only one thing. I was going home tonight. I got the rugby taped, watching the France v the box, sit down, have a beer, peace and quiet, 3 dogs in the corner. Now, what am I going to do now? I'm coming to your house now.
Now you're screwed.
He really does this, you know, by the way. When the F1's on,
you watch a
flashing the
replay of
screen like
Scotland,
this.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, don't tell Craig that Scotland qualified for Euros, huh? Don't tell him.
What did I do?
He's only got 8 beers.
What did I do? All right. The liquor store's got...
All right.
The liquor store's
Come on,
one
sorry,
second.
Craig.
Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday.
Just tell me before.
Liquor store shuts in 7 minutes.
Just
on
tell
a
me
Sunday
before the
section
show
when
that
phone my
you
lad.
recorded it.
Send him a text while we put the first question
What
out.
am I like when the Formula
He
1's
really
on?
is. I can attest to this.
We
If
have the rights to the Formula 1, and I walk through the building like this.
And he tells everyone when he comes in the room, don't tell me if it's on that screen, turn it away, please. He really does mean it. All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
What a night.
You've ruined his day, even though Scotland qualified, Frank. Okay, for all.
I'll tell you what, I was
But somehow you made mine. You ruined his, but you made mine.
Listen. I was really happy up until that point. What the hell am I going to do tonight now?
Overall,
I've never enjoyed rugby this much.
Craig,
I'll get a question
Craig, by the way, in case you recorded England against Fiji, England won. Just to let you know.
There's nothing to celebrate there for him.
30-24, I wasn't really wanting. I was only one game I wanted to watch.
For all, have you guys been a part of something like what is happening at Manchester United during your playing days in terms of the ownership?
I don't know if anybody's ever been involved in.
There was only a small thing at Chelsea with Ken Bates and Matthew Harding, who very soon after getting involved died, unfortunately, tragically died in a helicopter crash, coming back from a Chelsea Bolton Chelsea game. But there was going to be some sort of conflict between Ken Bates and Matthew Harding about popularity and money and so forth, and then ultimately they named a stand and built a stand and named it after Matthew Harding. So that had the makings of a little bit of conflict between, until, as I say, he was tragically killed in a helicopter crash. But I don't really know of anything.
The only thing at Newcastle, after or during my second season, Newcastle wanted to float on the stock exchange, and so while it wasn't a change of ownership or anything about that, they brought in this guy, and it seemed like his only job was to get rid of Kevin Keegan. And that upset everything, certainly from the playing perspective on the club. And it was just a really weird time at the club. And I don't think the club hasn't been anywhere near as good since.
I had the best owner ever, and he's still there, Steve Gibson at Middlesbrough, of course. But I had a Sheffield United. I won't mention his name, but he tried to ruin Sheffield United, and it didn't succeed. So he went north and ruined Rangers instead. So I have that guy. I won't mention his name. Charles Green was his name.
But don't mention it.
So don't tell Craig you didn't know about him.
Hey, now, what am I going to do tonight?
Craig, simple question.
What am I going to do tonight?
Walk your dogs. Walk your dogs.
It's dark. I walked my dogs at 6:30 this morning.
That was a great game anyway. You might as well watch it.
But I only watch. I can never watch something when I know the result.
Yeah, it's hard.
And that's why, until somebody with a big gob.
Nah, it's useless. It's really useless.
But Frank, I don't know a lot about
Craig,
rugby.
I love you. I didn't know that.
No,
Frank, I don't know a lot about rugby. I don't know a lot about rugby, but I just read it was a fantastic game, huh?
Okay, Craig, simple question. What's preventing Erik ten Hag from starting Scott McTominay more regularly?
Oh.
What am I going to do tonight? Seriously, what am I going to do? I don't know. Well, he's just obviously not. Steve Clarke hasn't got too many options. This is difficult for me. I'm hurting. Whole weekend's been planned around this.
Well, you plan your weekend around a Sunday evening?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just making sure.
Well, it's like a dessert.
Carry on.
At the end.
Carry on.
Steve Clarke hasn't got as many options. Hold on, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just letting somebody know that I can't
Hold on.
Getting beers.
I'm answering the question.
She's ordering beers.
Order me 6 Amstel Light.
He's just getting the order in.
Order me pizza. Maybe, I don't know. McTominay, Man United, they think they have better options. Right? Simple as that, and that's why they bought Amrabat. They have Casemiro. They've bought Mason Mount, who's a different player. As I said in the live show, if you watched that, if you didn't, Steve Clarke, the Scotland manager, doesn't have that many other players he can turn to. Right. That being said, McTominay has turned it on big time for Scotland recently, really just taking it, the bull by the horns.
Maybe you could use tonight to plot your revenge on Frank.
What you thinking? Clearly, you have some kind of plan going on.
I
here,
mean,
Kate.
maybe he could come up with a plan.
Oh, all right. I'm not involved in whatever's happening here.
It would have to be very spiteful. 'Cause I can't tell you the problems that he's now caused.
Can I tell you what he did
No.
this week? Can I tell you what Frank did this week?
What?
So I got to hold an actual World Cup, the 1990 edition.
Right.
Frank commented on my Instagram page
Yeah.
saying, "What are you doing holding my cup?"
True.
Which
You know,
technically
there are
wasn't
stuff
yours,
that you
that
cannot do.
You know all the times
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I've
No, that's
all
not,
the
uh,
times
that's
I've
not
sort of jokingly talked about Frank when he was a teammate of mine at Chelsea and how jokingly sort of and sarcastically talked about his inability to shut up and just talk all the time. It has finally come back and bit me right in the backside.
But can I tell you, Craig, that when I was 12, I remember I had the same problem as you. And then my mom's, Norway played Sweden in a national game. And I remember she came home, she visited us and she said, why? Norway lost 2-0. And I was waiting for that game. And now 44 years later, I still haven't forgot it. So please, you have 44 years to forgive Frank, Craig. 44 years.
Well, you better start planning. All right. What's the most
Yeah.
memorable goal your
Hurry
team,
up, hurry
club or
up.
country conceded in a game during your playing careers?
If I was those dogs, I'd get behind the sofa. What?
What's the most memorable goal
What is
your
the question
team?
again?
What's the most memorable goal
is
your
the
team has conceded in a game during your playing careers? And it can be your national team or your club team.
Most
Anything,
memorable
Shaka?
goal? What do you mean, like?
A great goal.
Something that
A great
really
goal?
hurt you, something that was an amazing goal,
Oh,
just
I
something
know,
that lives
I
in the
know.
memory.
I know.
Go on,
I
Frank.
know.
Frank.
Roberto Carlos free kick. Roberto Carlos free kick. France against Brazil in Lyon a year before the World Cup. Do you remember that unbelievable free kick where everybody thought the ball will go to the corner kick and he came back, he shot it with, I don't know, close to the outside of his foot, and Barthez didn't move, and Marcel de Sey said, where did you put the wall? He said, well, you know what? You will see the replay and you're gonna talk to me about that move that the ball made. Unbelievable, from 40 or something like, almost 40 yards. Unbelievable. It's everywhere on TV, you can see that. Roberto Carlos free kick against France.
It's a great goal. I want to go back to Riverside, Kay, and you were probably there where it was Middlesbrough playing Newcastle, and Asprilla, as I remember it, he just came straight from the airport, didn't he? Shaka, did you play in that game?
I don't
When
think I
Asprilla-
played in Asprilla's first games.
No, but he came, and it was like he was taken onto the stadium, and he came in as a sub. And as I remember, he just went in and scored a great goal against us, of course. But we were so impressed by this man that just arrived at the airport, straight to Riverside, and scored a winner.
With that
So
big
that
coat.
is-
He had a big fur coat. Remember? It was everywhere. He had this big brown fur coat. He arrived
Yeah,
at Newcastle
exactly.
Airport. Yeah.
Somebody obviously tipped him off about the temperature up there.
Oh, Pontino. But let me see. The 2006 FA Cup finals team, Gerd.
Yeah, because you had a real chance to be in the last line of defence. You know what you had.
Unlucky.
You know what you had. What did you have?
Tough day at the office.
We've all had those.
Not as tough as Craig's today, Shaka.
Oh,
Nowhere
man, today
near.
was a tough day at the office.
Nowhere
Well, I
near.
was having a great day at the office.
Shaka, what do you think about TNT's latest comeback against Guatemala?
Good. Really good. I mean, listen, there's a lot to be kind of concerned about when you look at the stats. But the truth is, Angasif has a team playing for them. And we had a couple of players step down recently that didn't feel team morale was that great, and I won't get into the details about it. But kind of given the disappointments of the Gold Cup and that fallout immediately after, this team shown that they're fighting for their manager. That's 3 wins on the bounce now. So, and to Craig's point, looking at that crowd, that is more than I was expecting.
Right.
It really has been that bad. So credit to them.
Yeah, there was a lot of people at the France Springbok rugby game.
Was there? How did that game finish?
Well, I don't know, and I'm just going back to watch it tonight.
Good.
The
Hope you have a few
good-
beers.
the
Hope you have a few beers in the fridge.
Craig,
Oh, good.
Craig, as we know you, when you come home, you've forgotten what Frank said.
Exactly. Well, I've got no choice. There's no Formula One. I'm putting it on anyway. It's going on. It's going to have to go on.
Apparently one of the greatest games of all time. Amazing to watch
Yeah, it
live.
was.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I would have watched it live. Kicked off at 3
Yeah,
o'clock.
I didn't give you the result. You don't know the result yet.
No, don't give me that.
Right? I didn't give you the result.
Give him.
It's gone too far. This here, I don't know. Let's get
Right.
off here.
If you could adopt a rule from another sport, which rule would you pick? Coaches challenge the ability to sub a player on and off, or the last 2 attacking touches get credited with the assist?
What?
So,
I'd prefer to have neither. I'm going to go for neither.
neither.
The last 2 attacking touches.
You can.
So that's an
all right.
that's an American
Who
thing.
cares about assists?
Okay, so choose anything from another sport.
What?
Like a sin bin or referees
Yeah.
talking, anything. Is there anything that stands out that you'd like to see in football?
Well,
that you
I
see in
like
other
the
sports?
referees.
Yes, I know.
Funny enough.
I know.
Funny enough, I like the referees.
Frank's got something to say.
Yeah,
Frank,
well, funny enough, Frank, I love listening to the TMO talking in rugby. Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah. You know what? Because of me watching that game live, I found that the yellow card and the 10 minutes out in the bunker should be brought to football. That would be a good idea. And you're going to see Craig. It happened once during the game, and the important turning point. Too late.
I'm my day enough.
I think we could take football. We could take efficient
what am I
time.
supposed to do?
The timing
Yeah.
is good.
Tell him I can't hear him.
Yeah, Jan is saying the
Yeah, tell
time.
him.
I'm with Jan. Of all the other rules in other sports, and I'm not in favour of stopping the clock every time the ball goes out. But if I have to adopt a rule from another sport, that's what I'm doing. I'm stopping the clock. So I'm with Jan.
Stop the clock. Jan, start, bench or drop these players in their prime. Pele, George Best and Gerd Muller.
I'm going to rip it here.
I would.
Oh, come on. Easy.
Gerd Muller. I would bench George Best. Sorry, he would probably be that. I would. I have to sell someone.
Drop them. Just drop
I
them.
will. Pele is number 1. Gerd Muller is number 2. George Best is number 3, and then you take the pick.
There you go. Yeah, I'm with, again. Concedingly, that's twice now, back to back. I'm agreeing with Jan. Fully.
You'll have to watch the show tonight to find out what they said.
Well, I've got nothing else to watch.
All right.
Scrolling through our YouTube page all night now.
Frank, Craig and Shaka. In the documentary on Graham Taylor's ill-fated tenure as English manager, An Impossible Job, Taylor remarked at Jan's prowess at diving for soft fouls in a Norwegian victory. Was Jan a back-in-the-day simulation goat, or is it still Senor Ale Moreno? Are you the best diver, or is Ale?
I don't remember Jan as being a diver. I don't.
No, but there was I remember I was too busy winning against Graham Taylor's England to notice what he said after that game. 2-0 we won that game. But it's true, I came to England, I didn't dive, but I came there and do sort of diving kind of simulation. We lost 5-0. We lost 5-0 with Swindon Town against Liverpool. I did it once in the beginning of the game, a simulation. And Neil Ruddock came over to me and said, "You never do that again here in England." And I stopped. That is a true story.
Well, he looks angry.
I'm sure he said a bit more than that.
No idea what he said.
Yes, he did, but I've been told.
What do you think
do this
Neil
more.
Ruddock said to Jan?
What?
What do you think Neil Ruddock said to Jan? How many swear words do you think were in it?
I never swear on TV.
100%.
Oh, yeah, right?
As we said, you'll have to watch tonight.
Yeah, you'll have to watch.
Yeah.
I'll watch tonight.
Be good. That's 6 beers easy.
Huh?
That's a 6-beerer.
What, to
6
watch,
beers in this show.
to watch this?
And then save the other 2 to celebrate Scotland qualifying.
That's right.
Okay.
And don't tell him, don't tell him, don't tell him. He doesn't know.
No, I'll
He doesn't
save
know.
one to commiserate Jan.
Commiserate, yeah.
More Norwegian failure.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if-
All right.
Any chance
we're
you
okay.
two can do a show
At
without bringing up
least,
Middlesbrough?
at least I am sad that. At least I'm sad that Norway didn't qualify. You're not even happy that you did qualify.
You're not even happy that Scotland qualified. He's sad that
He's
Norway...
sad that Norway qualified, that didn't
it?
qualify, and you're not even happy.
Well, I'm sad that you're sad.
Yeah. And we've got to go because he's got to get home. He's got so much to watch. We'll see you next time. Thanks for sending in your question.
He's got his VHS.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Enjoy, Craig.
24-12, 24-12.
Oh, God.